guys, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. My name is Misty, and welcome to your new moon in Leo 2019 reading. I'm really excited for you guys as you're headed out on your journey and where you are headed to. So right here on the arrow with, you guys having this new moon taking place in your 10th house, which is career and business and opportunities and how you project yourself in the world. And here you are headed out in that direction. And I'm really curious as to see what the cards have to say for you today. Okay. Earth, water, the journey, and the serpent. And we're also going to pull some tarot cards right now as well before we get into this. I mean, the very first card that you get up here, which I guess I want to bring up, is the Earth. And some of you have a calling with the Earth, and it just seems like, the Earth is our material plane. That's how we present ourselves in the world. That's our health, our wealth, our money, our security, our groundedness. And so these are all areas that we're going to be looking at. And so let's just slow down a little bit and pull for more. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Clarify our journey here. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. White card. Oh, so interesting. Very interesting. So I feel like there's some healing in a relationship that is taking place, and maybe even a watching over the two different sides of yourself. Now, the very first card that we get is the Lovers, which is really exciting for some of you. For some of you, this is healing in a loving relationship and healing coming to that, and a big thumbs up and a big movement forward and emotional healing here. And so this is grounding in something that's really beautiful. And so, but there's this stewardship that I'm more feeling that has to do with the self, that has to do with the masculine and feminine sides with ourselves and how we're using sexual energy. And this is not so much 10th house, but this is what is coming up in the cards. So we're going to talk about it. And so there is this very, how do I say this? Like grounded, stable vision. Sober, serious vision that's looking at the interaction and the way that the fruit between the masculine and feminine is being passed, and understanding that the world of form is a gift, is actually a gift from spirit. So the Earth and these lovers and the way that we interact in the material form is a gift from spirit. And so if we're not taking care of ourselves, what really comes in is reparenting yourself and taking care of yourself and really nurturing yourself. It's funny, there's a snake here, which we also have the serpent all the way here at the end. And the snake is really about regeneration and about change, and the way that the truth can actually bring the change. The truth can bring the change. The looking at it from a higher perspective brings a change, and the honesty and cutting through the bullshit also brings the change. And so I see that really, really strongly. And then we move into our water card here, and our water card is about cleansing the unwanted energies as we're being honest and we're looking at it, because there's a shift and there's a change and there's a completion coming. And here's this potential, this womb, this water, this cleansing that wants to come in, because it's going to bring you to a place of success in so many different areas in your life, that this particular work is going to change the way that you present yourself, and maybe even open up an avenue for work for you, which is a very interesting thing. But the water is so boundless and able to see so far. And what's it like when you put a little bit boundaries in it? It will stay right there. It will be contained. So what is it like to actually put boundaries? And for some of you, water is such a birth card, and the world is, the last card of the major arcana. It's a completion card. So there's a completion that's taking place and a rebirth at the same time. So it's almost like you've been in the womb and not seeing everything and living in this sort of like veiled perspective, and you're birthing out into this higher perspective that leads you to success. Some of you maybe are just having a major breakthrough with work too. I'm getting that as well. I know this is such a general reading, so I feel like I'm kind of hitting all over the place, but this is very interesting because we have two similar people here. They're both, I mean, you can't make this shit up, right? So they're both got their arms crossed here, and they're looking down, and they're kind of sad, but there's this journey. So here's this bridge here that signifies, I gotta turn it towards you guys. There's this bridge here that signifies a journey, and also here as well. But there's this darkness, this cloakedness that is keeping them looking down, and there's this need to actually begin the journey instead of sitting here going, poor me, and staying in this heavy energy. So there is, and for some of you, there's not even a heavy energy. There's just this almost like inability of not knowing how to do that, not knowing how to present yourself to the world, not knowing how to move forward in your career, not knowing how to bring the healing between the masculine and feminine within yourself. And so there's this, and what I'm getting is, it doesn't matter if you know or you don't know, the journey's waiting for you, and that you just need to start to begin to rescue yourself, because there is something over here in this journey that is going to really push you forward. And so this other shore is actually calling to you. This, on the other side of the bridge, this is actually calling to you and going, come on, let's go on this journey. And really, it doesn't matter where you go. The important part is that the journey actually starts when you begin to do that different thing. Whether there could be an opportunity for you, but this is how you also has something to do with how you present yourself and who you are in the world and how you think about yourself. And this leads us all the way back to the beginning and to the end at the same time, is this serpent energy and this regeneration energy that's coming in. And what is a serpent energy? And some of you are going to be getting into what is the mystery of the chakras. What is it to go into ourselves and to work with the Mudbandha, and and to work with even Kundalini energy. I love Kundalini very much, and how that can strike up our creative life force. And we are these biological beings, that these electromagnetic fields, that is how that we operate. And so getting into that and knowing what is going on in our subconscious and learning how to override some of those things can really bring us a lot of healing, and really bring us to a new space. And so trusting the wisdom as you move forward and you shed this old skin and you begin your journey, there's going to be a transformation. And I'm taking it all the way to the end, where here's this sexual energy that really wants to transform, that is really ready to transform, and some of you are ready for that. Some of you are like, God, yes, please, give me something new. And so here you are getting to reclaim your sexual sovereignty. Reclaim your sexual sovereignty from a place of joy, from a place of love, from a place of innocence, and from a place of wisdom. Definitely. And you're going to be doing well when you're running with a good crowd. That's definitely coming in very, very strong. So yeah, super exciting for you guys to be able to transform it. There's some sense of overindulgence. This card came in earlier, it fell out, and there's some sense of overindulgence somewhere, and I'm not sure what that is and exactly where that is or why, but maybe you do. So, all right. Do we have anything else for my Scorpio friends? Yep, let's just pull just two more cards. Let's just clarify. I love this Lovers to the World card. Just wow. I mean, it's so funny. I'm just have so much sexual energy that just comes in me as I look at this. I'm like, whoa, guys, what is going on with you? And we get the Queen of Wands, which is our most sexual female being in her sexual power. Yeah, and there's some healing from the past, somebody from the past that wants to come back and actually lands, and that actually brings some healing. I feel almost like these ancestors behind you and these people behind you, where there's this maybe generational curse, or there's generational lineage of an old way of being that is coming forward, that is ready to be set down and moved onto the new shore and have the healing that is going to come, as you reintegrate this masculine and feminine of your inner child. I don't know if that made sense. No idea. I'll have to listen back to it later. All right. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thank you for being here, and hit that thumbs up and like button, share with anybody you think could use some help or would like it or might not. I don't know. All right, bye guys.